What's good, cyberspace? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne.
If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery. She made a mistake, grammatical apostrophe. Yeah. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Baby, come fuck with the monopoly. He seek the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me. If she don't fuck, then she not for me. Shit. If she don't suck, then she not for me. Shit. Scratching bitches off just like the lottery.
So guys, I want to break down this animated depiction of a woman's perspective on what dating in 2022 look like. So let's get into it.
I've never been here. Thanks so much for agreeing to meet me now. My schedule's so crazy. Good morning, beautiful.
Okay, so obviously they're trying to depict men as just like these dumb, unenergetic, empty when it comes to personality individuals. And dude, do you know how, like, men have so much, I would say, and it's kind of a, it's kind of on a spectrum, but for one, overall, like, I mean, I think that this is pretty much understood. Men just have better personalities than women in general. Like, and I'm not even trying to sound like sexist or anything, but that's just the reality of the situation. Like, most of these girls, not all, but most of these girls literally act the same way. Literally act the same way. And men, I think we have more variety in our personalities. Some men are, different in many ways, but ultimately I think like we have more outward personalities, energetic personalities. We're better at banter back and forth. Maybe not when it comes to, intersexual dynamics like man to woman, but for sure with like man to man, like when guys are chopping it up, like, let's keep it above. We have way better conversations than, the girls do, even though, it is what it is. That's just, I guess that's my bias. But from my observation, I've seen way more men with lively personality, because as a guy, you really have to have like personality in order to get anything in life, unless you're just like some tech genius or something. But most guys have to like work in factories or in sales or different jobs that require you to be able to have these different social skills. Like, even in the factory, like, a lot of people, you're going back and forth having that banter with guys who are, a lot of them have, very much leadership qualities. So that's just my understanding of what's going on. But let the women tell it. These guys are just void of personality and all this kind of stuff. But these are the guys that they're physically attracted to. So I guess they're saying the more attractive guys are like this, which, I mean, from my perspective, pause, no homo, but like the more attractive guys usually even have larger personalities. So maybe this is just with black men. That they're talking about the hood guys who are saying, oh, good morning, beautiful. But I don't see it at all, honestly. Like, most of the men that I encounter have way more lively, variable personalities than women do.
Good afternoon. I was just saying I had never been to this restaurant, and it seems really nice. What you doing? I am actually.
So it's almost like he's speaking in text, which is straight BS. I think it's a huge misrepresentation of how men act in dates. Dude, as a man, you have to do everything in a date. You got to pay for the first date. For one, let's start from the beginning. You have to approach, okay? Then you have to get through the BS excuses. Oh, I'm busy with work and school. That's literally what all they say, bro. These women are not that busy. I'm telling you that right now. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. Then you have to set up the date, make sure they don't flake. Then once you get to the date, you have to entertain her. Like, men literally entertain women on every facet. Like, the only time women really entertain men is when they're at the strip club. Like, let's really keep it real, okay? Let's keep it real. So her, like, them trying to depict men as just like text bots is such BS, because men don't even like texting like that. That's why we send short texts, because we don't even like texting that much. So you can just tell this is an extreme misrepresentation and exaggeration of maybe a woman's experience on 1 or 2 dates. But I mean, if you're trying to date like these nonchalant hood dudes, then that's literally what you're gonna get, for sure. Like, guys who, like, a lot of women think that they're gonna date guys like, you know, who look like the Migos and all that stuff and get good results. But it's like, dude, when you watch the Migos, Quavo, Takeoff, even Offset in interviews, they're like, yeah, what, like, yeah, okay. Like, their whole conversation is a fucking ad lib. Damn, I cursed, my bad. Their whole conversation is a freaking ad lib. So it's just it's BS. But this just shows you the type of men that they're targeting, and these are a very small percentage of men, for sure.
Talking right now, as a matter of fact, to you. That's cool. Yeah, that is cool. So, what do you like to do? Man, so much, too much to name. Could you try to name them?
I mean, they're just trying to make it seem like black men are, and in some cases we are, but but I mean, I really believe that is a smaller percentage of the population. But the issue is that guys who are not like this always advocate for, the hood dudes and whatnot. Unless you're in this type of space, we openly speak negatively with a negative connotation to the Pookies and Ray Rays, not condemning them, but just saying, their mindset, their attitude, and the way that they move about in this world is faulty. Not trying to necessarily place judgment unless they commit a crime. But anyways, my point is, they're trying to make it seem like black men are just like these remedial conversationalists where we can't hold a conversation. And this is just complete BS. Like, dude, it's such BS, because when I go outside and I see black men, white men, it doesn't matter the race, they're doing most of the approaching, most of the talking, most of the bantering, most of the conversation with women. That's the reality. Like, you see women, they're in their friend group and they only talking to their friends. Men actually put their balls on the line and go approach people they've never seen and they may not ever see again in their lives. So this is just straight BS. I mean, how did he get her on the date in the first place? He had to make an approach, right? Or did he just slide in your DMs with, damn, you fine, ma?
You'll find all that out as we get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Well, what are you looking for out of dating? Are you wanting to be married with children? What do you want?
I mean, seriously, since when has a man just straight up left a date with a woman unless she was talking about some, oh, I'm a dude, or oh, you gotta pay for this, you gotta have this much money. Like, unless she was just being an insufferable B word, men are not going to ditch out on a date like this. Like, this is just such BS.
Was it that hard of a question? Well, I guess that is the end of that. Yeah, my bad. Wow, I had some things come up. So,
See, this is what's happening. They're doing text speech. That's what it is. They're doing text speech. So this all makes sense now. The what you doing, the good morning, babe. Like, you don't say good morning on a date. So this is not a representation of dating or being in person in a date. Because the caption says, oh, dating in 2022. This is BS. This is a misrepresentation. This is their text thread, and and she is animating and personifying these text messages as if men are just supposed to sit up and text you paragraph on paragraph all day, which we know is going to turn y'all off, and y'all don't want that. So the fact that she's continuing the text thread, because this is a personification of a text thread. This is not an actual date, okay? This is not an actual experience that this woman had. This is a personification of a text thread. How do I know that? Because he left, and then she's like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's it. And then he came back, oh, my bad, I had some come up. That's a text thread. This is not like, oh, on a date, a guy said good morning and what you doing, and being very and just like not adding or contributing to the conversation, and then he just randomly leaves once you ask about why, marriage and children and all that stuff, and then he comes back like 30-40 minutes later or a couple hours later. This isn't a date. This is personification of text messages, and it's absolute BS.
What you doing? Are you serious? What you mean? You're serious. What's the problem? The problem is you disappeared. And I'm sorry, that's not the way I communicate. Look, I don't know what type of dudes you used to, but I got a lot going on. I'm a photographer. I promote parties. I'm running for city council. I got a plumbing business. I throw boxes at FedEx. I sell a little bit of dick on the side. I got ambition. And if you can't handle that, you know what I'm saying, let me know. No, I appreciate.
What? Men do not list their accomplishments like this. Like, we really don't. We really don't. Most of the time we stay low key. Like, men aren't out here just saying, oh, I got a job, I'm strong and independent. That's literally women. Bruh. This is such BS.
Appreciate a man with goals, don't get me wrong. But I also appreciate a man who puts in the effort to get to know me. Oh, so this ain't effort? That's what you saying? I ain't putting in the work? I don't mean no harm, but I don't even think you the female for me. Man, you wear suits to dates. Man, I already knew you.
And we know this isn't a date. This is a personification of text messages. This is not a date.
You was one of them females. Want a nigga to bend over backwards? I'm only one man, sweetheart. I can't do it all. I ain't even worried about nothing. I got a beard. It just grew stronger fooling with you. And I know you see these eyes, you know what I'm saying? I think we just need to go our own separate ways, you know what I'm saying? You go be perfect and not need a man for nothing. Bye. Hey, what you doing? I missed you. Send me a pic.
Okay, so you saw how, and this is how they like to present and depict men in media nowadays. They want to make it seem like we're just like these dumb imbeciles who, can't have conversations and can't make connections, which is absolute BS. And you notice how he spoke about his beard and his eyes. He had brown eyes, beard, tall, very attractive animation that they tried to depict here. Even the attractive guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, they don't act like this. Like, they have fuller personality. Like, being an attractive guy is not being like an attractive woman. Okay, we all understand like the bimbo, quote unquote, or the dumb hot girl. Like, for a man, it doesn't matter how hot you are. You still have to be smart in order to be successful in life. Like, you're not gonna get anything from being a really hot guy. You might get laid here and there, but you're not going to get any like upward mobility in life and success. Your credit score doesn't care how hot you are. Your credit score doesn't care if you have green eyes or brown eyes, okay? Your credit score does not care if you're 6'6", okay? A lot of these guys out here, dude, the hottest guys, quote unquote, pause, whatever. I know they're going to try and clip this, but I can be objective and say, yo, this is an attractive individual. They are not, I'm telling you, they are not acting like this. They actually have larger personalities because they've got some positive reinforcement when it comes to women, for sure. I'm not taking that away from them. okay? But they've got positive reinforcement when it comes to women, and they had to work to become who they are, whether they're an athlete, whether they're, you know, in business, whatever field that they're in, they had to work hard for it, unlike a hot woman, okay? So it's not the same thing, and they don't act the same thing, and you're not just gonna find like too many, oh, he's really hot, but he's super dumb. Like, no, most of these guys, if you have that, most of these guys are coming with the full package, intellectually, physically, and, you know, financially, whatnot. So anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship question to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so I know you're paying on ties, man. Y'all need to be on my freaking deal with the BS. And you already know. Reclaim Your Throne.
He seek the hoe, ain't nobody hot as me. Ain't nobody hot as me. I'm the type to fit that cylinder in her isosceles. Shit, she probably fucking, but it's not for free. What's a cash app? Bitch, you'll have a nigga pay your fee. Yeah, I can see just how you whine me. Pouring out of me is this misogyny is riding me. Pick apart the beat, pick apart the P. Like how the fuck you let them niggas feed your ass that riding me? Got these bitches salivating over.
Claim your throne.